Are you looking for answers or simply running away? The truth is, staying could be the answer you're not expecting, the one that changes your life. Often, when life gets tough, our first reaction is to look for a way out. Whether it's a new hobby, an impromptu trip, a training course, or even just endlessly scrolling through social media, we're masters of the art of escape. But what if I told you that the solution isn't somewhere else, but right here inside you, in the simple yet revolutionary act of staying? This video won't give you magic formulas or quick tricks, but it will take you on a profound journey, an invitation to stop, to feel, to be. Get ready to discover how mindful presence can be the key to finding peace and meaning, accepting all the complexities of life. We live in an age that has accustomed us to believe that every problem has a quick solution, an app for every need, an immediate answer to every doubt. We are constantly bombarded with messages urging us to do more, achieve more, be more, as if happiness were a goal to be achieved, not a state of mind to be cultivated. And so, when a difficulty, a disappointment, a feeling of emptiness arises, our mind, accustomed to this frenzy, immediately activates itself to find a way out. We look for external solutions. We look for distractions. We look for anything that can take us away from that discomfort, from that feeling that we don't like. It's like being in a dark room, and instead of turning on the light or getting used to the darkness, you frantically bang against the walls, looking for a door that perhaps isn't there. This incessant search, this escape from difficulties, constantly distances us from our deepest reality. It prevents us from coming to terms with what is happening, with what we feel. We delude ourselves into thinking we're solving problems when in reality we're just postponing them, burying them under layers of new experiences, commitments, or superficiality. Think about how many times you've felt dissatisfied with your job and thought a radical change was the only solution, without ever stopping to understand what was truly making you dissatisfied right there, in that moment. Or how many times, when faced with emotional pain, have you sought comfort in food, shopping, or fleeting relationships, just to avoid feeling that sting in your chest? This dynamic creates a subtle trap, an endless cycle of searching without ever truly arriving, a labyrinth where we get lost chasing a happiness that always seems to be around the corner, but which we can never quite grasp. It prevents us from being truly present, from feeling the breath of life, both in its sweet and bitter moments. And, even more importantly, it inhibits our ability to face and process our most difficult emotions. Because if we don't stay with the pain, the anger, the sadness, how can we learn to manage them, integrate them, let them go? We are building a wall between ourselves and our capacity for growth, understanding, and authentic connection with ourselves and the world. But then, what is the alternative to this constant escape? The alternative is to stay. And staying doesn't mean resigning ourselves or passively accepting what happens to us. Staying is an act of courage, a deliberate act of silent and conscious presence. It means allowing ourselves to be exactly where we are, with what we feel, even when the answers are missing, even when the situation is uncomfortable and uncertain. It is the act of planting your feet on the ground, of anchoring yourself to the present moment, of not running away from the storm, but of feeling its wind, the rain, the cold, knowing that even the storm passes. Think of a tree. It doesn't run away from bad weather. It stays rooted, it bends, but it doesn't break. In this staying, we develop the ability to observe. We observe our racing thoughts, our emotions rising and falling like waves, the physical sensations that pass through us. And we do it without judgment, without labels, without trying to change anything, just by observing. It's like sitting by a river and watching the water flow. You don't try to stop it, you don't try to change its color, you just let it flow. This kind of observation, this non-judgmental presence, is incredibly powerful. It allows us to create space between ourselves and our automatic reactions. It gives us the freedom to choose how to respond, rather than reacting impulsively. It is in this space that resilience is built. We are not running away from difficulties, we are moving through them, allowing ourselves to feel them fully, learning from them, and emerging on the other side stronger and more aware. It's a slow, sometimes uncomfortable process, but it's the only way to build inner strength that isn't based on denial or distraction, but on acceptance and understanding. Through this conscious staying, a door opens to a profound understanding of ourselves. We begin to understand our patterns, our deepest fears, our true aspirations. It is not a journey to a distant place, but a return home within ourselves. Life, by its very nature, is an inseparable mix of joy and pain, success and failure, light and shadow. Often, our society pushes us to seek only the light, to show only the best side of ourselves, to celebrate only successes and hide our weaknesses. But ignoring the shadow doesn't make it disappear. On the contrary, it makes it more insidious. It's like wanting to look only at one side of the moon. The other side still exists, even if we can't see it. Learning to sustain this duality means recognizing that difficulties, disappointments, and losses are as integral to the human experience as love, happiness, and gratitude. It's not about loving the pain, but about accepting that it is part of the carpet of life, and that it is often right there, in the darkest moments, that we find the most precious lessons and the most significant opportunities for growth. Learning to stay with both the light and the shadow makes us more complete, more empathetic, more resilient human beings. It teaches us that we don't have to be perfect to be worthy, that our cracks can let the light through. When we are able to tolerate discomfort, not to run away from sadness or anger, but to feel and observe them, we prevent the risk of being overwhelmed. We develop a kind of emotional muscle that allows us to face life's inevitable challenges with greater balance and wisdom. This is true freedom, not the freedom not to feel, but the freedom to feel everything without being overwhelmed by it. And this staying is not just a mental practice, it is a real act of rooting. Imagine a centuries-old tree with its deep roots extending into the ground. Its branches can be shaken by the strongest wind. Its branches can flower in spring and lose their leaves in autumn, but the tree remains there, firm, thanks to its roots. Likewise, staying allows us to develop such a profound inner stability that we don't get lost in the constant changes and storms of life. Life is a constant flow, an alternation of successes and failures, of encounters and farewells, of certainties that crumble, and new opportunities that emerge. Without inner grounding, we risk being tossed around, losing our direction, feeling constantly adrift. But when we choose to stay, to cultivate our presence, we are planting our roots in the fertile soil of awareness. We are building an internal anchor, a fixed point within ourselves that does not depend on external circumstances. It's like having an internal compass that, even in the thickest fog, always reminds us of north. This grounding gives us the ability to navigate the choppy waters of change without losing our essence. It allows us to maintain our integrity, our values, our authenticity, regardless of what happens around us. It doesn't mean ignoring the outside world, but rather approaching it from a position of strength and inner serenity. It means being able to welcome the new without fear, because we know we have a safe haven within us. We are less vulnerable to the opinions of others, to social expectations, to external pressures. We are free to be who we are, anchored in our truth. On this journey of grounding, we come to understand a liberating truth. Perfection does not exist. It is a mirage, an unattainable ideal that condemns us to constant dissatisfaction. How many times have we said to ourselves, "I'll be happy when, I'll be perfect when," but this when never comes, or when it does, there's already a new when waiting for us. Life is not a straight line towards a perfect finish line, but rather a succession of moments, each unique and unrepeatable. And in this succession of moments, there is a place that is always accessible, always sufficient, the present moment. This moment, right now, just as it is, with its imperfections, its uncertainties, its sounds, its silences, all we really have. We don't have to wait for something to change to feel complete. We don't have to seek sudden enlightenment or an ideal state. The present moment is already here, and it's a space of awareness, more than sufficient to find peace and meaning. It's sufficient because it's the only place where life happens. When we are fully present, we free ourselves from the tyranny of what-ifs and buts, and all those hypothetical futures that our mind creates, and which often fill us with anxiety or regret. We free ourselves from the chains of the past, which we cannot change, and from worries about a future that has not yet arrived. In that moment now, there is no room for regret, no room for fear. There is only direct experience, and in this simple, pure experience, we find a form of radical contentment in what is. It is not a euphoric contentment, but a profound peace, a sort of ascent to life in its totality. It is a return to simplicity, a recognition that the richness of life lies not in accumulation, but in the capacity to perceive, to feel, to be in each single moment. It is in this remaining in the present that we find our true power, our true freedom. What's your next escape? And what if you chose to stay instead? Learn more about this journey in the next video.